Hello, student government. It's Miss Shapiro. So I'm here to let you know that you guys are about to get some control over the advisement deck and its contents. Oh, I'm so sad to let this go. However, I am very excited for you guys, and I'm excited for the fact that Advise can be student produced, which will be super cool. So you guys as a team we'll need to go through and think about what are the things that are already going well in the advisement deck, and then what are some changes that you might want to make based on what students want and what students might need. So there are a few things that you'll need to keep for sure. However, there is a lot of flexibility and opportunity for creativity. So I'm really excited to see what you guys choose to do. Now, I've created this document for you. There is a lot that goes into advisement each week, and it is important because students and teachers and parents rely on this information, and so you need to make sure that you are supplying it to them in a timely way. So, some planning for the week. I've used a template where I've shared it with a few folks. They can add things to it. You can take a look at that today if you like. The cell lessons. It is required that cell lessons are done, and so here's the schedule for that, grade by grade. The slides template. So this is a template that I use and I make a copy of each week and start putting together. Whatever you guys decide in terms of what days are going to be what items and whatnot, I highly recommend having your own template that you use before you start putting things into the advised slides that are public for everybody. The archived slides. This is where slides go when we're done with them, because we don't want the deck that is shared with everybody to get too huge, because it makes it really difficult to open and then it becomes like 300 slides long. So in order not to slow down everybody's devices, we make sure that we only put out the final slides for everybody, and then we archive the rest to hold on to them. Calendars and bell schedules. You will become very familiar with these, and there's lots of crazy weeks at JRLP, as you know, so it's your job to make sure that people are getting the information they need. First Chapter Friday. There is a whole huge resource here. So if you guys decide that you want to start making your own First Chapter Fridays, here's a set of tools for you. Go ahead and take a look. And of course, if you ever need someone to do it for you, I do enjoy doing First Chapter Friday, so you can reach out to me sometimes and I would be happy to help. The book list. You might be curious as to what's already been read over the past few years. You can take a look here. Student enrichments for Link C. I think you guys made those, and those were super cool slides. So that's just where the bulk of them are kept. Stuff on map. Yes, likely I'll need to push in on occasion and help with some things for map testing when that time comes around in December, and then I think again in May. And then here's more on map testing, the map testing process. And this is it. This is the final slide deck that gets changed up weekly. So you guys know we've got a ton of different items in here. There's only really a few must-dos, right? The only real must-do is that typically the admin message from either Miss Munguia, Miss Adams, or Miss Kurgan is on the first day of the week. Now, on occasion, that gets changed because of something that's come up in their schedule, but for the most part, it occurs on the first day of the week. The bell schedule each day with the color of the day is also a must. The rest is up to you as to where you put it. Here are some musts that can be relocated, and you guys can decide what maybe those look like, a few of those things. Tools for Life is with Miss Rolling, so I'll make sure to add that. And then can-dos. You guys can decide, what do you want to do? What do you think students would like to do and advise that would be valuable? Remember, we had many students who said community building is something that's really important to them this year. And so, if you can come up with more ways to do some community building within advised groups, that would be amazing. And then, of course, a links day must during A and B is you have to have that cell lesson and put down, well, what are the cell lessons for each grade level today? All right, guys, I'm super excited for you. Please let me know what questions you have. I'll be glad to pop in on occasion and just do a couple of little mini lessons or some workshops or give you guys help as to however you need. Good luck. You're going to do a fabulous job.